Hello, this is Dr. Daniel Vanningen. Welcome to this week's parenting podcast. Today we're going to talk about eliminating bombs. I'm going to talk about the bombs of parenting that you might call childlike parenting. What we want to do is eliminate these childlike parenting bombs. So rather than engaging in mature parenting that involves a reflective life and self-examination, some parents regress to childlike characteristics that involve throwing out these emotional bombs. So here's number one, the anxious paranoia bomb. So now this is pre-pandemic, all right? So I recognize fear of contamination is up, but let's move towards some of the things that we need to reflect on during this time and try to remove those childlike characteristics in our parenting. So the first one is the anxious paranoia bomb. Consider the anxious mom who won't sign a permission slip for her daughter's field trip out of fear something bad will happen. So this level of fear is emotionally crippling for children. The mother puts her fear onto the child, and it stunts the emotional growth of children and keeps them stuck in anxiety and fear. Number two, the guilt bomb. There are parents who engage in childlike parenting by controlling others through guilt. So, for example, if a father has an anger eruption, he may use the language, "See, you made me angry. What you did made me angry." This differing responsibility is sometimes motivated to increase guilt in children. The truth is, I felt angry after what you did. That's more accurate. Unfortunately, these types of patterns are chronic emotional bombs. Then there's number three, the manipulation bomb. Parents can subtly manipulate their children. Parents will manipulate by not being direct and using emotions to enforce behavior. I am so disappointed in you is a common emotional bomb dumped on the kid. With this emotional bomb, parents aren't separating emotions from behavior and choices. Parents will hold disappointment over their children. Finally, the concern about what others think bomb. This is where children learn and develop a reinforcement sort of learning to focus a ton of energy on impression management. A lot of social media for our digital natives is based on impression management. But from generation to generation, this concern about what others think is a prominent problem, and it remains a prominent problem in our culture today. Something happens around the preteen stage, the tween stage, where kids go from giving speeches in elementary school to now requiring accommodations in their IEP for social anxiety in middle onward to high school. What happened? Why do the majority of teens have anxiety about giving a speech in their high school class? What happened when they were doing it so freely at a young age? One possibility is that they have become more adept at reading the anxiety in their parents. Many parents make decisions with their children due to fear of embarrassment, and their anxiety influences their parenting. Social perception influences poor reinforcement. Would Tammy give in if she was the only one in the store facing the temper tantrum? Probably not. See, our goal is we want to eliminate these bombs. We want to eliminate the anxious paranoia bomb, the guilt bomb, the manipulation bomb, and that impression management needs to get shredded. The concern about what others think bomb. The problem with these emotional bombs is that they become routines and the neural pathways get established. To reverse these neural pathways, mature parenting involves continually reflecting. First and foremost, a parent accepts that their job is to raise a child. Raising a child high in control and high in warmth. And high in control includes offering choices. Choices are offered and emphasized. I think this is a good consequence. What do you think? What do you suggest? So I hope this is helpful as far as reflecting. The goal is metacognition, is to be reflective on our parenting. And that includes eliminating some of these emotional bombs. This is Dr. Daniel Van Ingen with this week's Parenting Podcast.